Hi, I'm Amanda. I'm a mystic and a spiritual coach, and in today's video, I'm going to talk about highly sensitive people. What does that mean? What does it look like? And how can we make sure that being highly sensitive doesn't hinder us, but can actually be a great advantage? It is a natural quality of someone who does my work, being able to read others in spiritual readings and sessions where I can do coaching. I need to have that level of sensitivity. But if I let it run my life, I wouldn't be able to do this work. So I had to learn some tools to make sure that the sensitivity didn't control me, but was a tool for me instead. Okay, so let's get into what it means to be highly sensitive. What that essentially is describing is a person's tendency to have a physical response to emotional or spiritual content. Emotional and spiritual content is energy. So you may hear someone say, "Oh, there's really bad energy in this room. I have to get out of here. I can't stand the vibe with these people. I can't spend time with them." Being highly sensitive means you're having an actual physical reaction to that energy, that your senses pick up, tune into other people's energy, the energy in a room, very acutely, very quickly. You may have an actual physical sensation in your body when another person either yells at you, criticizes you, even disagrees with you, or if you're a really sensitive person, that emotional contrast can feel like a punch to the gut. It can feel like rising anxiety in your chest. It may make your throat close up in response, that you have trouble answering someone. Your body reacts to that statement or message from another person. It can also be something that doesn't really have anything to do with you personally, but you're in a crowd and you can feel the energy or the emotional quality, the emotional content of that crowd, and it doesn't sit right with you. This is a way that I got signaled early on about my sensitive, intuitive empathy, that I would be in crowds and feel like I had to get out of there. It was just a compelling urge to escape whatever situation I was in. It happened in diners, it happened at flea markets, it happened in movie theaters, visiting someone in the hospital. I remember just getting an overwhelming physical reaction to a space without any logical, obvious reason that it was happening. So I, of course, thought there was something wrong with me in that situation. That is what I feel is going on with so many people, especially young people that I see in my practice as a coach in spiritual readings, who are emerging in their own adulthood and feeling this sensitivity in the world. And we hear so often that anxiety is a problem, so people think anxiety is a fault of mine. And instead, what I think is going on so often is that they just haven't made the connection that they've got this keen set of senses that helps them pick up information from the world, but they don't know how to deal with it. Another way you might experience sensitivity is just in reacting to another person's emotional experience. I am notorious for crying at commercials and TV and movies. So I'm going to take this chance to explain for all of those of us who cry in movies and cry at commercials and at other people's weddings and babies being born that we don't even know. We're not necessarily in control of that response. It's almost like a physical reflex, like when the hammer hits your knee in the doctor's office. So it's not really good or bad. It's just the way some of us are. Those experiences that highly sensitive people have can be really almost like a handicap. It can hold us back and keep us from spending time with certain people because we get overwhelmed physically in their presence. Or it might keep us from trying new things because we're not sure what the energetic content of the experience might be. Another way you might be holding yourself back is to use that claim of sensitivity as almost a shield or an armor that you wear in the world. And it keeps you from connecting with people in conversation or discussion that might be a challenging topic, because you get caught up in the physical, emotional reaction to the content itself. Like almost every spiritual topic that I speak on, a key to solving this issue is really in the balance. If you are highly sensitive, you need other qualities to help balance out that reaction that you naturally have, so that you can move through the world without it overwhelming you and without it throwing you off your path. So what balances being highly sensitive? If there's one thing for you to take away from this video, I want it to be that sensitivity does not equal fragility. I'm going to say that again. Being sensitive does not mean you are more fragile. Your senses are telling you things in a very keen, specific way, but it does not have to break you, it doesn't have to overwhelm you, and it doesn't have to throw you off your game. The first thing I want to emphasize about this is that you always have a choice. In every situation you're in, you have a choice whether or not to be there. You have a choice what you say and don't say out loud. You even have a choice internally how you process information, what meaning you assign to an experience. That one is especially important for sensitive people. There's a big difference in wondering about it and assigning a danger or assigning something really negative and consequential to that experience. So that first one is very important, choice. Making a choice how you interpret what you're experiencing. To be able to make strong choices for yourself, the resilience, the toughness that you need to have to balance sensitivity is going to come from knowing that your power comes from within you instead of from the outside. I'll repeat that one also. Your power comes from within, not from other things happening to fix you on the outside. So expecting other people to change their behavior because you're having this sensitive reaction. Needing to take a bunch of medication to solve your anxious feelings is even an extreme version of that. I am not going to discourage you from seeking medical help or psychiatric help if you're experiencing debilitating anxiety. Please understand that. But I do emphasize that we have become imbalanced in how much we rely on pharmaceuticals, medical intervention to solve things that we're feeling inside emotionally. So knowing that you do have tools, inner human being tools that come to you naturally, to spiritually be resilient, to emotionally be tough in response to the sensitivity that you carry, is a very key step in understanding yourself and operating more powerfully in the world. After knowing, recognizing, believing that your power comes from within you, making the choice to cultivate qualities in yourself that will help balance out that sensitivity becomes easier. Now, we all know you don't just become brave overnight. It's a good start to tell yourself, be brave and go do it. But some of the natural tools that your body has are going to be really important in supporting that. And the first one that you will hear people from all different modalities and practices in the spiritual world talk about is breathing. Your breath and your ability to keep your breath steady and deep and strong in any circumstance is going to have a big impact on how your body feels in the rest of your sensations. So make breathing practice, whether you do it in the experience of aerobic activity like running or taking vigorous walks every day, or you do a yoga practice and that helps you connect your body's wellness with your breath, or you just learn by searching on YouTube for other kinds of breathing exercise that you just do in a chair. That's going to be something that will really support you calming the sensitive reaction in any experience. So that when you tell yourself, be brave, you'll have a way to actually support that and back it up physically. You will also be ready to cultivate your own honesty, being bold with your honest truth of what you're experiencing, what things make you feel, and being honest with yourself that your sensitivity may be controlling a situation more than it needs to. That honesty will help you get really far in improving your experiences, both with other people and just internally in the way that you talk to yourself, and gently guide your own spirit to a stronger place. None of the process is necessarily easy, but it can be simple. Going from a very sensitive, anxious place where we just want to huddle up in a ball on our bed to boldly going out and experiencing the world that throws a lot of stuff at us. I'm going to acknowledge there is a lot going on in the world that sensitive people have to respond to. Being in one condition and jumping to the other might not be possible overnight, but cultivating some habits intentionally that balance out your sensitivity will go far faster than you think. I hope you'll reach out for one-on-one guidance in this. If you'd like, you can find my website and email information below. And please follow, like, subscribe, and share this information with other people who you know sensitivity affects their life or their experiences of the world. Thank you. See you soon.